Yes, of course. We've seen, of course, the first ban is Eve, the second ban is Fanny, and nothing surprising until now. We saw a target ban the previous game with Kalea. I don't believe maybe they will actually ban her again. We saw now right now we're seeing a Basha ban and we are seeing a Zushin ban. Is Lunar going to ban Kalea and not give a chance for Onic to actually go for it, or will they have something else to say?
I like Onic. They are continuing the same banning for them, Fanny and Zushin. They're trying to eliminate Zushin and Fanny. But to be honest, your odds is right. They banned Kalia because we have a lot of Kalia today, and all the one who picks Kalia, he's the MVP.
That is very true. That is very true. They're not giving it a chance. They're not giving Onic a chance to go for Kalea. But we still have lots of heroes available in the meta for the ban list, and we are waiting for the last ban. Of course, it's going to be Grok. They're not letting Grok also be there, although they won against Grok in the first match, but he was annoying for them. So they said, okay, no, we're just going to ban him. Right now, first pick from Aurora, TNZ, he's still thinking who to go for. Might be Lancelot.
As a first pick, yes.
Yeah, might be Lancelot as a first pick. Or they might actually rush and go for a mid laner pick, probably. Not sure, but I believe it might be Lancelot or it might be a Hayabusa. But Hayabusa as a first pick is hard.
Hilda.
They're going for Hilda. They're going for Hilda. I forgot about Hilda actually.
They didn't ban it.
Yeah, they didn't ban Hilda. They went for Hilda immediately, which means that they're actually forcing Onic not to go for a squishy hero kind of jungler, just like YSS or Hayabusa or Lancelot, because it's very easy for Hilda to actually stun them and slow them. So they most probably might take the gamble on that, or they might go on the safe side and go for a Fredrin pick.
Hilda was banning during the two games, but they are very comfortable with YSS during Hilda ban. But now it's a little bit confused, little bit. They are not comfortable now. But for Onic, they choose Lonux and Esmeralda as two picks. Like they have an answer and they are comfortable with these two picks. They ban Zushin, they ban also Eve, and the best pick for now on, Lonux, and we want to see Aurora Gaming. Maybe they will go for Fasa, or maybe they can go for Kimi, and we have Valentina.
Yeah, we do have a Kimi, we do have a Valentina. There might be a good option. They might go for Kadita as well.
Yeah, Kadita also.
Kadita also is a good choice. Kimi is going to be a hard choice for them since Lunux is actually very strong. But they went for Kimi and they're going for Hayabusa, so they're going for kind of a squishy jungler, since they actually have Hilda, so they would comfortably go for a Hayabusa pick. Kimi, on the other hand, is a gamble, to be honest. Wouldn't say this is the best pick as a mid laner, but Rosa is not a person that you would actually kid around with, so we will see.
As we have now, also Zushin is open. Yuzong, we have Lapu Lapu, we have Ruby, and still Harith, but they will not focus on these. We will say it in maybe in ban phase 2 and picks 2. Lancelot. Interesting. Lancelot versus the Hayabusa. And Lancelot, it will be a very good pick against Hilda also.
Actually, Lancelot is such a very hard pick for Kyrie. Yes. It's not easy facing heroes like Hayabusa and Hilda, but of course, Kyrie is Kyrie. Kyrie is not someone to mess around with, so he knows his ways around using Lancelot. I'm pretty confident of him. Right now, we are in the second ban phase. Of course, we have a Ruby ban. This is actually the first time we get a Ruby ban today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, we're waiting for Lunar as well to go for the second ban phase, the second ban phase for Team Aurora. Who do you think they would ban?
We have Harith and Yuzong. also for a good lane and also XP lane. But until now, we didn't like know saw any limit testing, and every team knows their limitations and knows we will not risk it for the like in the finals. Sometimes Aurora, we are seeing some risks taking for them, but Onic, they are playing on the same like safe side. Oh, I got to catch. Interesting. They are now targeting some roamers with them and initiating the fights also, because Gatu Gata it's very good like for initiating the fights. Damage, he can take the damage little bit until the team he can dealing the damage and taking more comfortable during the fights.
Yeah, actually, I can see from, of course, Lupi from Onic right now. He is banning Yuzong, and actually, the last ban would be a targeted ban for a roamer or a gold laner. In that case, these are the two options that would actually seem viable for Team Aurora, since Onic still didn't go for a fighter or an XP laner, and actually no, they do have an XP laner. I mean a roamer or a gold laner. So I believe they might go for a gold laner ban. Makes more sense than a roamer ban, but of course,
ban?
maybe, but still, you know, like it's not easy because, you know, Onyx roamer is very strong. They might target him more than the gold laner. We will see. Yep, they went for a Chow ban. Yep, so they are actually focusing on Onyx roamer in that case. Right now, we are in the fourth pick for Onyx, so we are waiting for a gold laner or a roamer in that case.
To be honest, if they will pick a gold laner and can fit with their team like Lancelot and Lunux and Esmeralda, that's gonna be little bit tough for Aurora Gaming, because Aurora Gaming having Hayabusa and they can pick against Hayabusa some like crowd control to deny his movement and his like movability during the fight. Wow,
Kaja.
First time we saw Kaja.
Actually, Kaja is such a wonderful pick. It's such a wonderful pick. Although, by the way, Lapu Lapu is still open. Lapu Lapu is still there. Yep. So they might actually Aurora might go. Yeah, Aurora might go for a Lapu Lapu in that case. Kaja is a surprise for Aurora right now. There is a CC as well. We have a Lapu Lapu that they can go for. Oh wow.
Wait.
Okay, wow. This might be interesting for Aurora, actually.
He's hovering on it and he can fix it.
Probably.
It's predictable, but for the second pick, fourth pick.
They're going all in. I believe they're going all in.
The one and only
Thamuz. Actually, okay, this is very interesting. We're seeing Thamuz and Kaja for the first time in the playoffs today. We've seen CC before. We know what CC can do, but yeah, this is going to be very interesting. When we are talking about the damage output of Team Aurora, the damage output is crazy in this game, and lots of lifesteal. Since Thamuz and CC, they have very high lifesteal, you know, so this is going to be a problem for Onic. Yeah, they have lots of damage. On the other hand, the sustainability from Onic's side and survivability is slightly higher than Aurora, but still they do have very high damage output. We are seeing carry. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting for this match.
For both teams, it's little bit gonna be for Onic little bit tough. Like as a Aurora, like for me, for now on, drafting going for Aurora Gaming side for drafting on the paper.
Mostly on paper, yeah,
Yes,
it is
for
Aurora on paper, but Onic has a saying definitely.
During the game, you don't know what will happen.
Mid to late game is for Onic. Early might go for Aurora this time.
They need to avoid Onic. They need to avoid early fights, and they are good to go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the tension is real. This is match point in the grand finals Onic Indonesia, one win away from lifting the trophy. Aurora Gaming Turkey fighting to keep their dreams alive. This could be the final game of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Casters, take it away and let history be written.
Let's see if indeed it will be written in the favor of Onic as a 3-0, or will it be extended for now by Aurora Gaming? To be honest, I am excited about this Athamas pick. I have been asking for this hero for quite a long time now. It has been quite a while as well when we've seen it being buffed but then underused. So I wonder if this is a hero that can actually extend the series. I feel like there is a chance, but we'll see. We are joined today by Naisu again for game number 3. Do you think this will go to a game number 4, my man?
I don't know, man. This is kind of I don't know how to feel about the Thamus. Like it's something we don't see often at all, right? I mean, when was the last time we actually saw the Thamus like regularly in the meta? I mean, he might pop up once in a while here and there. There are quite a few heroes that do that, and so I'm wondering. I wish sometimes we had like the, like this inner on the comms, Wolf, where we get to go ahead and hear some of the thought process or because we always have to ask later. Like we always have to wait for the interviews, with some of the interesting picks that come through, and I think Thames is one of them. Obviously, still a quality pick. I feel like just certain teams or certain compositions work better with him, and maybe this is one of those ones. But I think even over on the other side, like this is essentially a very still Keyboy game. If I remember right, is the Kaja, right? It's still going to be the Kaja that goes through. It's still a pick-off centric lineup that they can go ahead and utilize. And I would say this, I think it's got to happen for Aurora Gaming, man. They need to be able to go ahead and make this composition work to extend this series. I would hate to see it be a sweep. I hope we do get to a game 4.
Yeah. I want to see more of Aurora Gaming. I genuinely feel that this team has a lot of potential. I have been saying this since M4, and I always love seeing them international tournaments. There have been so many iterations of this squad, and I think now with Bagu, there's more aggression that we are seeing coming up from Aurora Gaming. Because when they were still playing like Apex 47, Apex is great, by the way, when it comes to like initiations, but they kind of feel a little bit slow. And then they have changed their junglers as well. But you kept Rosa as the key component in this lineup, in this team. Rosa has been improving from year after year, month after month. And I like seeing him play aggressively. Right now, I think that he's playing the Kimi again, right? So that might be in combination again with this Tams that can be played in an aggressive manner with the Hayabusa as their jungler, their core hero. I think that they went for the double fighter setup in this scenario as well. I would love to see them utilize that double fighter setup in an aggressive manner, which also favors the playstyle of Rosa that we all got to love from M4. So hopefully that will be the case here, because, I mean, if we just compare that to how Onic Esports are operating, my goodness, they are hella aggressive. Really liking how Keyboy plays it. He said that this could be another Keyboy game because of the Kaja.
Yep.
And if you combine that with the Lunox, man, that's a scary combo. One of the oldest combos in the book. And then you also have that carry with the Kaja, which is also a great combo. So there are so many ways for Keyboy to alley-oop this Kaja into getting more kills for the team. So if they do play aggressive, it's gonna be great.
I think part of this though too is whether they're aggressive or not, they kind of have to control this Skylar too, man. I think for a majority of the games that we've seen from Onic anyway here, most of the teams have kind of struggled and dealing with getting through Keyboys like aggression in the early game, but then Skylar like pops off later on, right? And that's usually the best case scenario for a lot of gold laners on how they want to go ahead and scale up throughout a game. And I believe he's on the carry again, and so that's one of the things you got to watch out for. Like even if you are bringing the Thamus to the forefront, or any of these tankier heroes, you're going to be shredded through eventually. If it gets to that mid to late game, that's something that they definitely want to watch out for. So Aurora Gaming has to do quite a bit to make this lineup, I feel like, work. we haven't seen them start like off on the right foot yet throughout the series. You know what I mean? Like they haven't been able to go ahead and get that advantage built up immediately. And even last game, it was essentially because again, it was such an early kill from Keyboy. They were able to get the first blood like right away and then build up off of that. So for Aurora in this case, I feel like they just need to get the ball rolling early on. They need to be the ones, hopefully, to get that first blood, hopefully get the momentum going right off the bat against Onic, a team that, when it's like series-wise, if they have a momentum already within the series, it's pretty difficult to stop that momentum from Onic Esports.
And I think that you can see that in game number 1 and game number 2, how difficult it is to stop Onic from getting that momentum, and then when they do get that momentum, it's even more difficult, right? So yeah, I understand what you're saying here, especially for Onic Esports. They're I'm gonna sound like a bro record, and this has been a trope already. The teams are feeding off of momentum, and Onic Esports definitely are a momentum-based team. And I think it might have started from last night, from when they won against Aurora, because I've seen that game, and it started as a game that Aurora Gaming from Philippines, by the way, is already winning, and they took it back because of some great plays coming out from Keyboy. And then, game number 2, it starts for Aurora Gaming PH versus Onic Esports. Then Keyboy is again playing like an MVP. Now, what do we see from Keyboy from all throughout this series, right? It's always been Keyboy. I think that Keyboy has found so much momentum all throughout these games of the future, and it's scary to face a guy like that who's just on fire when it comes to his execution.
Who would you like? I feel like if it is Onic that wins this series here, wins the championship, man, I'm gonna have to say like Keyboy is probably my. I don't know if it's too early to say, but I think Keyboy would definitely be my runner for like the MVP for this series. The series MVP. Like it's always started by him. It's always been him setting that pace. It's been him like getting those first bloods or putting them in position for Onic to go ahead and get the early kills and get the momentum going. Like if you think about the way that, especially from the semifinals up to this point, think how it almost feels like Kyrie's job especially has been relatively smooth. Like it's been pretty easy for him to just kind of work on objectives. Like when have we really seen Kyrie like sweat in terms of in the game, getting to the objectives? Because Onic, what they've doing so well right now, and if you've been watching the games for the past couple of days by them, they give so much space, right? Yeah. And that's what the roamers. That's why I always say I always keep my eyes on roamers. Shout out to all the roamer mains out there. Yeah. If you have such a good roamer on your team, like what that feels like, especially if you're a jungler. The roamers are the ones setting things up, but also providing you with information. Like if you look at some of the most successful roamers, there's a reason why they're usually on the other side of the map, where they're scouting things out, but they're also making plays, but they're also avoiding things. I mean, like the last game alone, think how many times Keyboy avoided dying, right? With the flicker or the Jikundos that he had. Yeah. And obviously Cho is probably one of the very few heroes that allows you to do stuff like that in comparison to the other roams. But it's still, that potential is still there. Now with the Kadra, it's not as fancy, it's not as flashy, but the purpose is still the same. You're gonna go try to give that vision that you need, but you're going for that pick off potential with the divine judgment. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing, but you can also peel with that too. And if you notice as the game transitions, that's why I always say they need to worry about Keyboy in the beginning if you're Aurora Gaming, but then like mid to late games, start worrying about Skylar. Like, where is Skylar? Sans, Sans was insane. He was completely different on the Kadita. You have to worry about the Kadita where you're setting up here, but in that essence, there's just so many boxes that need to be checked, I feel like, for Aurora Gaming to deal with this version of Onic Esports that we've seen so far here in Games of the Future.
That meme where this guy is playing like a video game? It's like there's a headset, it's like singing like I'm at a payphone, and then it transitions into like so much hardcore gaming where everybody's just pressing a lot of buttons. I think that's literally what's happening here in Onic, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for Kyrie. I'm sure that there are so many series that Onic Esports have played where it was Kyrie's turn to be trying hard and pressing so many buttons in a short period of time. But yeah, I really have to agree with what you said about what is being seen in Onic Esports as of late. It's like Kyrie's just collecting everything, just claiming the rewards. It's just like clicking all those red buttons in the app, and everybody's just working hard for it. Not saying that Kyrie's a slacker, but it's just that the performance of his supporting cast is just way too good.
Yeah, this is one of them too, Lupe. I mean, he's played so well. I mean, I remember when, you know, I can't recall how many seasons ago it was, but when Lupe just started to fit into this lineup, you know, and the journey he's had himself over the seasons or the year, and getting to this point where he's actually able to, you know, you see some of the plays that Luffy's been making, man, whether it's a Lapu Lapu or, you know, whatever hero he decides to play, he's able to make plays. The usual the Lapu Lapu, a lot of the XP laners that are picked up right now reward some of that style of gameplay that Luffy has been showing us, you know? So it's one of those things, and it looks like we'll be getting back to this game just shortly here. Again, we want to make sure that everybody is having the best gaming experience for this, as it is a championship match point right now for Onic Esports. So thank you for everybody for being patient with us while we go ahead and get this situated before we jump back into this game of 3. Maybe this time you can if you haven't yet, go grab that Patrick skin. You know, did you get it, by the way, Wolf?
So I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't started doing the cooking. Or
well,
was
that's
it
for SpongeBob,
that's for SpongeBob?
sir.
Yeah, that's right. You only need diamonds, right, for the Patrick skin, right?
Yes, you only need diamonds.
Well, I'll have to wait for the end of the month for that, because that's when the top ups usually happen. So yeah, I think it will run until end of December, so, or maybe end of January actually. So
yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah, you
got plenty of time. You can grab it while you can.
Are you even trying to grab it?
I was one of the people, man, that as soon as I saw it, you know, come through in the hands of Pagu, right when we went to our break, I bought that skin, man.
Nice.
I went for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even play Glue though.
Well, now you can play Glue. Yeah, because sometimes you play Roam, right? So.
No, I'm mainly a Roam now.
Okay, well that's perfect, because Pagu actually showed
us. Yeah. But then it struggled so much last game.
Yeah.
It struggled last game, man.
I mean,
CU and M7 love TLPH, by the way.
Right.
We see the pads out there. Hey, M7 round the corner.
I do hope that they fly from Abu Dhabi to Jakarta for that one. Good luck.
How far is that travel, do you think? Is that a pretty good travel?
Yeah. Okay, so that's around 4 hours away from us. Indonesia, I mean. And we already have to spend like 13 hours to Abu Dhabi, so I would assume it's almost.
Is it 13?
It is.
Okay, Abu Dhabi to Indonesia is 8.5 to 10 hours. That's quite a long flight.
Yep.
It's worth going though. If you got, by the way, those tickets were sold out, I think. So, I mean, I'm so glad we have. Well, some of them were. Yeah, I'm so glad we have a live audience out there though too for Abu Dhabi. I wish we could have gone out there, man.
Yeah.
You know, maybe games of the future.
You made me cough out.
It's okay
because of that. But we will see Aurora Gaming Indonesia, Aurora Gaming Philippines, and Aurora Gaming Turkey in M7, right? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is a preview.
This is like a preview, but it's also a high stakes tournament. Like
it's a $300,000 preview.
Man, the difference between first and second place, by the way, is wait, quick math. 160,000. 160 something thousand dollars, man. Like that is a jump. That's almost that's almost double basically between first and second place.
Yeah.
So like the stakes here, like those are part of the stakes. Obviously,
So this is
pride
not a
and glory.
preview. This is a literally a sweaty grand final that we're gonna see from both teams.
Hey man, that's why I was, it would have been cool if we had a best of 7, but hey, best of 5. That's why we're hoping, Aurora Gaming can extend the series here.
Yeah, I wonder.
This might be one of the things though. Maybe this gives them enough time to go ahead and kind of settle into this this series. I know they're facing an 0-2 right now, but we've seen complete turnarounds before. We've seen reverse sweeps before.
Yeah, I wonder what is the general. Because I remember when Aurora was playing, whenever Aurora was playing in the playoffs in the knockout stages, I saw the cheers from them, and I've heard reports that it looked like an Aurora gaming crowd, right? I wonder if this is a series that's more Aurora gaming favored when it comes to like how much, like which team the crowd loves more, or is it like Onic esports? Because I feel like I've seen a lot of like people who were showing us like it's a 3-0, which kind of means that they should be probably supporting Onic, maybe because Mr. Kyrie from the Philippines is there. I've seen a lot
I think
of
Kyrie's just got fans wherever he goes, man.
You're also right.
But
That's also true.
like that's that's Kyrie. But Aurora Gaming, a lot of Aurora. I've actually over the days I've seen a lot of Aurora jerseys, pop up. I think we have our own too. We have our own Aurora jerseys, don't we? I mean, you have an Onic. You have the Onic one too.
Yeah.
You get the whole collection actually, but
Yeah.
there has been a lot of Aurora jerseys that I've seen over the past couple days, so I don't know. I think it's just a good there's great support. I saw, one of the watch parties out there too in the audience, and of course we've got plenty of watch parties going on. No, well, there is the one going on in Jakarta. There's the watch party in Jakarta going on for Onic, which they have a whole event for. So I'm sure over there they're really excited and happy about this being potentially the last game, but there's a lot of watch parties going on too, so big shout outs to all the watch parties. We actually know a couple of the watch parties going on too. So props to you guys. Thank you guys for supporting once again Games of the Future here, Abu Dhabi 2025. It's been a run, man. I feel like how many days has this been? It's been what, 8 days?
Yeah,
6
this
days.
is the 8th day.
6 to 8 day. Yeah, this is the 8th day.
Oh, I think we've been casting for 6 days. Yeah, 6.
6 days.
Yeah,
that's right. It's been a journey.
Been a journey. Most especially for the teams that we have in the grand final, because it means that they've also played 6 games straight. Which, I mean, if you've been following their local tournaments, you would know that they are only playing like at most 3 days straight on group stage, on the group stage of the regular season, or 5 days straight in the playoffs, right? So them playing 6 days, high level MLBB, it's quite tiring.
Looks like they're going through they just had to reset up the lobby, so they should be jumping in here shortly. But yeah, that's one thing you have to consider. And I remember us talking about that, by the way, in group stage. And during the group stages, we were basically mentioning that some of these teams, they went from tournaments before this, like days before Games of the Future started. Some of these players were in other tournaments, and so I know their lives revolve around MLBB, and that's just part of it. But you gotta consider the amount of endurance that takes, mentally, right, to be able to go from one tournament, probably in a different time zone too, fly 10 hours away, jump into another environment and play at this level. I think, unless you've really gone through that or been a part of that, it's something that you have to experience.
Yeah, no, Naisu. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit of a story about sacrifice. Because here in the Philippines, me and Nice are from the Philippines, by the way, to all the viewers out there. We value Christmas so much, and it's usually our family time. And usually, before Christmas Eve, you're probably at home, you're preparing food, and you're with your family already. The Filipino delegation for this one will arrive December 24th nighttime, around maybe 8-10 p.m. And some of our players actually will have to travel for more than 3 hours or 4 hours just to get back their families. So yeah, the Filipinos or Southeast Asians that are participating in Games of the Future, they really have big sacrifices just to participate here. So yeah, big W's to them.
Big W's. Let's jump into the game. Game 3 here. Wolf, thank you so much for the story, but that is 100% true. And now it leads us to this, man. Game 3, championship point right now for Onic Esports. Aurora Gaming are looking to even the series or get to it. At least get one game under the belt so they can extend it to 5 games. We've got to see if that happens. Whoa. Lupi already getting quite low. Aurora Gaming looking quite... Whoa, Skylar too. They're finding some minor wins across the board here.
Putting Onic low as well as forcing some of those battle spells. And Kyrie is just level 2. Will actually skip the orange buff, but he did take away the Crammer from TNZ. Now, what that means is that TNZ will not have as much farm as he would want to have. Unless Aurora Gaming will be able to contest the orange buff for Kyrie himself. But yeah, you can see some of the moves coming up from Onic. It looks very anticlimactic. It looks very nerdy when I talk about it. But the fact that they're taking away some of these farms is going to be important. Like this one, right? There's the Crammer was taken by Kyrie, but in exchange, Lunar takes away his own Crammer, right? So the war of attrition is so important in the early game. And Aurora Gaming kind of felt like, okay, they're not going to be pushovers in this grand final. They are going to be fighting back already, pressing the advantage, pressing the attack in the early stages of the game.
That's what I said they had to do. You know, Aurora Gaming has to get their foot started right away into this match, and they seem to be wanting to do that. Tienzi is level 4. He's got the Shadow Kill available. Wasn't going to go for it just yet. Doesn't want to overextend in this. Turtle's going to be for the taking, though, and it's going to be started up by Kyrie as it has throughout the series. We'll see who gets it. Kyrie secures the Turtle. Shadow Kill going to be used as well. TNZ could be in trouble. He does get away with a sliver of health left. Luckily, he doesn't go down. But Onic will get that objective. Now they're going to put pressure here on the purple. They know TNZ is low, and this is an opportunity for Kyrie to go ahead and potentially take this purple buff away from Hayabusa. And he'll do just that.
How great was that? Setup movements coming out from Kyrie, showing us finesse with this Lancelot. We know that he is more than able to do that. No, my goodness, Keyboy. I mean, you don't have to explain that. That's Flicker Divine Judgment that Keyboy has probably done so many times. So the way that they set it up, they forced him to be in that spot because of their aggression in the purple buff. And then Keyboy is already prepped up for that. Even Sans is there as well. They didn't even have to commit more flickers after Keyboy's flicker. Oh my goodness. Onic are they're just on the mission now, man.
That's Keyboy, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it's the Kaja or the Cho that we usually see, hell, the Tigreal. You know, there's so many roams, but the best roams out there play this nearly the same. Now some pressure in the mid. Shadow Kill is going to be used, but it is going to be split up. He could be in trouble. 1 HP. He is Keyboy. That's what I was saying, man. He actually stays alive. Good thing Kyrie was there to help kind of juggle that Shadow Kill.
And you know what? He actually saved himself and Sansa during that exchange. He actually tanked the initial dash coming out from the Hayabusa, which is one of the 5 shadows that you can actually go for, which that would have connected to Sans, which will mean that the ultimate will be able to take on Sans because Sans didn't have the brilliance anymore after that. He blocked it. He survived because he was under the outer third energy shields. And the rest was history. TNC just can't get the recovery part.
Gonna pressure this once again. Tienzi trying to get into the zone. The Sans will secure the Turtle. The fight's gonna break out. Pagu's already gone. Falling Star Moon from Loopy, providing the space. He'll tank up the Shadow Kill, and he'll go for a kill as well. Sans picks up another. Kyrie could be in trouble. Rolls a 1-hit away, but it's a double for Sans. The jungle is insane under the turrets. And now Lunar trying to get away. Loopy sees him low, but has to deal with Siggy Bum too. Loopy should be fine. He's an Esmeralda. Still has the Purify as well, so he'll just poke a little bit further and then call off.
Keyboy again going for the Divine Judgment. Eventually was taken out, but Onic have taken much better trades afterwards. They have taken out TNT for the second time. Rosa almost outplayed Kyrie in there, but Kyrie just hold on to Sans. Sans gets the double kill on top of the turtle kill, by the way. Kyrie sort of missed. I don't know how that happened, but he apparently missed the retribution on the turtle. Good thing Sans was there to pick up the stack and take that. And now TNZ again, third death on the Hayabusa, man.
Hey, that's not where you want to be for the Hayabusa, and at this point, it's just Keyboy going in with a Divine Judgment every time that flicker's available. You know, he's making plays, and this is exactly what we're talking about when we had the chance to go ahead and discuss this style, the way Onic Esports has been playing this game from game to game, series to series, allowing Keyboy to go ahead and provide that opportunity for the team. Skylar, once again, mainly just getting to farm up, do his thing, knock down the turrets. And while Sans and Lutfi also just scaling up so quickly, Sans might actually be in trouble. He still has the brilliance after picking up a kill on Pagu, but here comes Keyboy once again. No Divine Judgment available just yet as Skylar flickers forward. Lutfi on the chase, cutting Aurora Gaming off from the team once again, and they've done that so many times. And now a last turtle up. Onic Esports with a massive lead will go ahead and secure this. Lutfi might be going down here. Does get away with Purify though. Still, again, you just can't catch anyone from Onic Esports.
Onic Esports. Can you check their accessories under their jersey? Because they might have talismans behind that jersey. I don't know how they are able to get out of harm's way. I don't know how they survive death while dancing in front of death itself. Even Lutfi survived that 3-man attempt coming out from Aurora Gaming. And then, you know what? Sans just casually picks up turtle number 2. And then also outplays Yenzi again. Oh my goodness, did you see that?
Oh my goodness. What is that space? What is that Divine Judgment? And all this under the tier 2 turret. They are just collapsing on Aurora Gaming. Siggy Boom and Pagu trying to do what they can, but it's a near wipeout as Onic has just forced fight after fight. They lose Kyrie and Keyboy, but they're still going to be happy with that trade.
Oh, you can see it through the replay once again. I didn't think that he would actually latch onto that one. The talismans, they're working, man. They have the enchanted talisman under their jerseys right now, I'm telling you. And of course, I mean, they have been playing so well. Keyboy have been very active around the map. Pixel perfect when it comes to his activation of his skills, and also the targeting was great. How many times have we caught TNZ when Aurora Gaming's trying to outplay him? It's not like TNZ is just walking casually in front of Onic. TNZ is trying to also maneuver around Onic, but Keyboy is just able to snag him time and time again. And Onic are leading by 6,000.
It's just, I mean, look at the pressure they're able to put here, Wolf. We've seen this now 3 games in a row. Once again, Keyboy will do it again and again. Picking up TNZ 0-5 right now. Just completely shut down in the jungle. And Onic Esports with Lord coming up, they'll just send to Kyrie. The rest of the team will deal with this. Keyboy finally goes down. But still, the whole purpose of this is just to keep Aurora Gaming busy and test the limits of Onic Esports' massive lead. Lunar just jumping forward with Connoring Inferno, and there's nothing they can do. A turtle, or Lord is already going to be nearly secured here as Kyrie gets that, and the tier 2 turret falls down bot.
It's one thing to say that you're lucky. It's one thing to say that you're so good at the game. Keyboy is just showing us how it's done when it comes to like pick-off heroes. Game 1 with the Kalea, always on point, catching the important members of Aurora Gaming, the core members. Game 2, same with the Cho. Actually won it for the team. And now, 8 assists with this Kajak, catching TNZ time and time again. 0-5 for this Hayabusa. And it's not because of him playing badly. It's just because Keyboy is always able to find him.
Holy shields are still going to be here. Look at this Lutfi. jumping in time and time again. We've seen Lupi do the same thing. Doesn't matter what hero is he playing. He'll go 1v3, 1v4. Holy Defense finally going to pop in the bottom. Top nearly there as the tier 2 in the mid falls. Onic once again knocking on the base of Aurora Gaming just the same way. They have 3 games in a row at this point. What can Aurora Gaming do but watch as their base is pushed in? They need something to happen here. They'll clear out the waves the best they can, but some of the damage has been done. Holy Defense is down.
And that's just 10 minutes into the game. 10,000 gold for Onic. Don't have the Holy Shields anymore. T-Boy does have the Flicker now. And he's threatening. He's threatening. He's ready, dude.
Oh, let's see if he does it. Once again, he's going to go forward. He's actually quite low. Keyboy buying some time. He finally dies, but Lunar's in exchange. Pagu to follow. Onic on the jump. Shadow kill already going to be used. They're going for Loopy. Loopy just gets enough shield to survive. Brilliant's going to be used. They're going to get the flicker out from Sans, but it's all part of the plan as Kyrie will clean up the kill. Sans is nearly unkillable, man. He hasn't died yet. From series to series, he's been so low on the deaths. He's done such a good job at just surviving at the last moment.
Yeah. What a bait and switch coming out from Sans as well as Kyrie. Went through the wall. You really would bite that if you're Aurora Gaming, and because of that they were punished. The pressure is up for Onic. They're not letting go of their foothold into the base of Aurora Gaming. 11 minutes, they are already leading by 11,000 gold. That's 1,000 gold lead per minute. Think about it.
Yeah.
They're not stopping Lupi. B-Boy.
Oh, again, there it is again. Divine Judgment right on target. It doesn't matter if you counter Inferno or not. Lunar is gone and deleted. Skylar once again showing this shredding here on the carry. But again, that's one of the things. It's just very intense for Onic to go ahead and scale up this way, you know, game after game. 3 games in a row now. It's literally been the story here as Aurora Gaming just kind of seeing what they can do, but there's never been a time for them to breathe. You know, if you think back all the way from game 1, Wolf, it's been this has been the case. This is some of the cleanest that we've seen Onic Esports play in international events, and I don't know where that weak point is going to be for them here, or where that hope, that light is going to be for Aurora Gaming to turn this around. Yeah. Not to say that it's not possible. We've seen games flip around before, even with 10,000 leads.
That's right.
But it usually takes a certain type of blunder or mistake from the team leading right here. And so far, Onic Esports has not showed much of that potential to make those blunders.
Yep. Surprised to see Keyboy only pick up the fleeting time at this point. But that generally means that he is way tankier. And now Onic, they're preparing for another Lord push.
Lord making his way down bot. That bot turret does fall. Top nearly down as well. Kyrie going in with a puncture. Thorn Rose just distracting Aurora Gaming. A vengeance already going to be used from Sigibum, and now Lord's going to be dealt with. The rest of the members, oh, they're actually just going to take out Lunar. They don't have the wave pushing in just yet, but Onic Esports can see the win in sight here. The championship in sight for Games of the Future 2025. Nearly there, 15,000 gold ahead. Way more than the minutes of the game already. Top turret's gonna go down. They jump in, just deleted with this kind of lead. It's not even fair. Onic Esports goes for another pull. They'll clean up Siggy Boom. A shadow kill to try to buy more time, but TNC is gone, and they'll make it a wipeout. And Onic Esports are your champions with a sweep here in this tournament. They'll go for one more, but they are your champions for Games of the Future 2025 in Abu Dhabi.